welcome to System Shock 2. In this update, we will explore the second deck of the UNN Rickenbacker.
Agility activated. You were warned.
Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
So before going there, you needed to make the gravity upside down due to the fact that, well, the accelerated Mason coil was sabotaged, and if we were walking on the floor of this ship, this will have pretty much caused another explosion on the ship, and I'm pretty sure that you know what will have happened. Bad things will have happened all over the place.
I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you. And I, who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak. But you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance.
Was Shodan laughing? Anyway, we are into the chapel here, and this is the only side room that you'll do on this entire deck. This is ridiculously short, and it's pretty much nothing but a straight line. Also, the game definitely pulls a dick move here, because the game just decides to spawn this robot out of nothing, and well, you'll see why I say out of nothing, because there's absolutely nothing that said that this robot could possibly spawn here, but at least imposed neural restructuring made things a whole lot easier for us, because all of the assassins killed themselves. These lasers may be slow as hell, but they still have a large explosion. And you better be careful, because this is the portion of the game where there stops being bioreconstruction machines altogether. So if you die from now on, then it's game over for you. And for some reason, I always keep thinking, okay, is the roof of this chapel made out of snow or something? Because I just cannot wonder why the hell its shape or looks like this.
The genie of Citadel Station is out of the bottle, and I am the cause. I can't bear to be Pandora, and I'm not brave enough to wait around and see the death and misery I have caused. This is my last transmission, my friend. Be careful. I think Shodan has plans for you.
Deactivated.
Ah, poor Polito, and to say that we were so harsh on her earlier because she was bickering us all of the time, but hey, by now we know what the real story is. Also, this is what I said, there's absolutely no doors or side doors where the giant robot could have come off, so essentially it just spawns out of thin air, because how else could it just casually stroll over into that tiny corridor where there's nothing that can go by? Oh, and you need to be handy at destroying turrets, because there's absolutely no way to destroy security on this portion of the ship, because there's no security panels, and in fact there's not even any cameras. And in the meantime, we found another suit of armor which is made out of worms. Researching that armor will require 3 points of research. We're definitely starting to get used to that sound. Whenever you hear that, it's time to bring out the viral proliferator. Apart from the viral proliferator, the best way to kill spiders in this game will be the grenade launcher. Once that it's modded and your heavy weapon skill is high enough, then you will be able to one-shot spiders without any kind of problem. And in fact, even without upgrading your heavy weapon skill, one incendiary grenade will kill them. Oh dear. I believe this is what Diego meant when he said that it will be an impossibility for him to meet us. Did he just tore inside his chest or something?
Those worms were a cancer in my body, so I had the autodoc cut it out. You think they're gonna let you blow up the Von Braun? The many will never allow it. I've got something to help you. It's in my quarters. You'll find the access card on my body. Take the fight to them, soldier. And remember, you're the one to trust.
Don't worry, Diego. I'll do the right thing. And if you excuse me, I'll take your access card since you want me to take it anyway. And we also got another item of him, but we won't be able to research it yet. We need 5 points of research in order to be able to investigate it, and while we could reach that with the lab assistant implant, well, I suppose we can miss the swarm. Oh, we've hit the mother lode, another one of these psi organs. This is my lucky day now.
You perform well for an insect. Transmitting cyber modules.
Oh, Shodan, I'm trying to kill insects for crying out loud. Or, I suppose they can just stay stuck. For some reason, it just felt as if I was being rewarded for being stung to death by insects. And yet, those 2 eggs for some reason cannot be looted, even though they're completely defenseless because they just put a whole lot of toxins everywhere, but you're not really in the way of any of them. So that's it, we're already done with Deck 2 of the Rickenbacker. So let's take this elevator and let's switch back into the real gravity in order to go to the bridge of the Rickenbacker.
Objective activated.
Hold where you are, irritant. The analytes have tried my patience for the final time. We cannot separate from the Von Braun. Observe. The many has grown to a massive size. It has wrapped itself around these 2 ships, preventing their separation. Their creation was my error. My error. Their destruction shall be my delight. Observe the many. It has used the flesh of the biomass to grow. Do you stand in awe of my creations, insect? The time has come to eradicate my error. There is an escape pod.
An escape pod in the rear of the bridge. Use it to launch yourself into the guts of the worm.
Oh, for crying out loud, the second I was about to destroy that egg. It's a good thing that my viral proliferator is modded all the way up, because otherwise I will not have the ammo to spare to destroy all of these swarms. So for my final upgrade, I'll take this.
You hesitate? I will not ask a second time. Launch into the many. Cut out its heart and I will reward you.
with continued existence.
Fail me, and I will put an end to your disgusting, inefficient biology.
Yeah, like I was showing previously, Shodan just sends you all of these messages one after the other, regardless of what you're doing on the ship. So I could have stayed all the way in the first room and all of these messages will have reached me regardless. So the final ability that I've picked in the OS upgrade unit is Power Psy, and this makes it so that if I fuck up overloading an ability and burn out, I won't take any damage. And it's an especially good thing considering that I'll use more and more tier 5 powers, and those especially charge fast. Which is how you'll usually end up damaging yourself while overloading an ability anyway. And provided you don't have the proper armor or anything, overloading a tier 5 ability and burning out can cause considerable damage, to the point that on impossible difficulty, this can outright kill you in one hit. And yeah, earlier you might have noticed on the other portion of the ship, aka deck 1 of the Rickenbacker, that you might have seen the menu wrapped up all over the ship every once in a while, but I didn't really say anything about it. After all, it's not as if we knew what this was. Yeah, I'm probably gonna chance it. Let's see what this replicator has in store for us. The final replicator that we'll see on the Von Braun/Rickenbacker.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Reinitialized.
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
All in all, nothing really useful. In fact, most of the things that this replicator sold are things that we will no longer need, because at this point of the game, we won't really see that many robots anymore. Instead, we'll have to deal with the mini itself and all of its disgusting minions. Also, dear God, Diego's room is a mess. He really let himself go as a captain.
You've served me well.
Transmitting cybernetic modules.
So this weapon is the thing that Captain Diego wants to help us with. This is the final exotic weapon of the game, and even if you plan to not use it, which is most likely because a lot of people simply ignore the exotic weapons tree, but still pick it up because it gives you 20 cyber modules when you do so. That's quite a lot considering that it's a weapon that for the most part people really don't use, that you get pretty much near the end of the game because we're pretty much in the home stretch here. After this update, there'll only be 2 more videos and we'll be done with the game. And yeah, this is one of the reasons why people don't use exotic weapons. The final weapon of the exotic weapon tree requires a full research skill. But to hell with developing it all the way through because we have Lab Assistant in order to help us with that. This is the only weapon of the game which requires you to fully level up 2 skills in order to be able to even use it in the first place. I mean, you need 6 points of maintenance in order to be able to repair an EMP rifle, but it's not as if you need the points of maintenance in order to be able to shoot the weapon. Here, we're talking about 2 maxed out skills before you can even put it in your hands. So, I'm gonna spend the rest of my modules with Psy abilities. The first one that I took will protect me against 65% of damage in combat, which is a huge deal, especially if you don't have a powered armor like I do. And finally, I'll pick this ability, which is pretty much the first time I'm ever trying it, so might as well see what's gonna happen. This one lay out a mine in front of you, and it will assault enemies that go and detonate it with psionic damage. And against annelids, it's especially powerful. And since we have so many modules, we might as well make ourselves some more worms, because this upcoming weapons will eat our worms really fast, but at least it should be for a good cause. We're gonna see what will happen with this one weapon whenever we'll have the chemicals in order to research it. So that's it, we are done with the bridge of the Rickenbacker. Once again, that was a really short journey. It can be as short or as long as you want it to be, but you'd be a fool to skip by the upgrade stations as well as the cyber modules you get by picking up the exotic weapons. So this escape pod here will launch us into the depths of the many, and once we hit this button, there's no going back. So make sure that you're ready, and whenever you are, I'll see you in the body of the many.